Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Well, I thought I would give a try filming more of a vlog style of video and also test out kind of the image stabilization in this new camera. I've spent a lot of the break, honestly, tidying up my place, and here's my new little reading nook here. Not so new, it's been around for a while, but just kind of getting things more tidied and cleaned up. But I want to show you a few new books that I got recently, and not really for Christmas, but just stuff that I picked up on my own. I didn't really ask for books this Christmas, although I did get these really cool bookends that have my beloved fir trees on them. So that's what's keeping these top books from toppling. And really some of these aren't even new books. I've got Memories of the Future here. This is a New York Review Books edition I've had for a long time, and I'm just sort of rereading it because it was kind of a difficult read when I started it, or when I originally read it, and I thought it'd be nice to try it again now that I've had a little more reading under my belt. Swans Away. This may be a read for 2023, but I'm not quite sure yet on that. The Blue Sky, I believe this is going to be the book that we read for Mongolia. Whoa, yes, Mongolia. And I think that'll be quite interesting. My arm is getting tired. I didn't realize exactly how difficult it would be to be holding this up the whole time, so I'm actually going to put this on my tripod and see if that helps. Okay, so a tripod wasn't tall enough, but now I'm just holding it on the tripod, which is indeed a little easier. So, moving on. I got this copy of Our Town by Thornton Wilder at a recent bookstore, or not bookstore, a recent library sale. That's what it was. It was just, I don't know, maybe 50 cents really, because it was the last day of the sale. And look forward to reading that. I've heard about it, I just haven't ever read it before. I think I've shown this before on a previous live stream, but this is In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park, a North Korean refugee and dissenter. I still need to read that, but I think that'll be quite interesting. I've read quite a few books about North Korea in the past few years, so it'll be interesting to kind of compare her story with some of the other ones I've read. I don't remember if I've shown this. This is the Mary Hobson translation of Eugene Onegin, which is a book I've read many, many times in different translations. This is put out, I believe, this is Alma Classics. Anthem Press. They both start with A. Liking it so far. It has a very different feel to it than some of the other translations, so I'll have more to say about that in the future. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I only have this here because I want to reread it again soon. It's not new. The Anglo-Saxon World, an Anthology, including the complete Beowulf. A friend of mine recommended this as a good selection of Anglo-Saxon writings. I have read Beowulf before, but I'm very much looking forward to spending some time with this one. A couple of Gavin Ortlund books here, which I'm pretty sure I've shown previously, and also along with those, St. Augustine Confessions, which I would really like to read that this year. I don't have it as an official goal, but I really feel like I'd like to read this probably in parallel with Ortlund's book on Augustine's Doctrine of Creation. The Unwomanly Face of War by Svetlana Alexievich. So I did finish this one. I'm still waiting to review it though, which is why it's here and hasn't been filed away yet. Very, very good book. And then, this year I finally picked up a couple of these, what are they? Penguin cloth bounds. I really liked this version of Dracula. I was sort of holding off from getting Dracula because originally I'd read the ebook and I really wanted a very, nice copy because I love Dracula. And this one, I believe these are onion blossoms, not onion, garlic blossoms on the cover. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a really nice, it's a nice looking edition. I have quibbles with these editions, which I will describe to you presently. Before we do that, here's Gertrude Bell, Queen of the Desert. This was another library sale find. Very excited to read that at some point. She was a female explorer in the Middle East around the turn of the century and rubbed shoulders with T.E. Lawrence. I think this is Winston Churchill right here, and that's her. So she was quite influential in her own way, and I think involved with some of the diplomacy that was happening around about that time. There's also a movie about her, but I have not watched it yet, so I can't say if it's good or not. And then this one, which I just picked up, The Woman in White, the same edition as the Dracula. Now, I've noticed that these covers, the paint comes off very, very easily. And if you'll notice on the back, if you end up taking off the price sticker, it leaves a mark. Or rather, it takes away the paint. Yeah, that's disappointing. As far as the interior is very nice, very nicely formatted, a good font size. But I believe, I want to say this is glue, not sewn. So it's not quite as nice as, say, I think the, what are these called? The Library of America. Sorry, I'm not showing you what I'm looking at, but here we've got old Hawthorne here. We can get the camera all situated. So there's my Hawthorne collection, which is really a much nicer hardcover if I'm being completely honest. So just a little bit of awareness. It's still a nice edition. It's gonna be probably lasting definitely longer than a paperback, but it's not like top tier hardcover in my humble opinion. And then this last book here, this one's actually quite old. This was my family's copy of Selected Poems of Robert Frost, and I imagine that they bought this in the early 90s. And I've actually been reading it at bedtime to kind of wind down and relax, and it's really nice. This was the first poem I ever fell in love with, is Two Roads in Yellowwood, and I have not really spent a lot of time with his poetry outside of that and one video that I did a year or two ago. So this will probably be the first full collection or anthology of his work that I've read in completion. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the newish books and some old ones that are just on my radar. I'll show you a couple of journals that I picked up at Barnes & Noble. This is one that I'd had my eye on for a very long time. This is the Paper Blanks Jules Verne 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea notebook. I'm a huge fan of that story, of the book, of Verne, of the illustrations. So I think that they made this with someone like me in mind, but it's very nice. I've always liked getting Paper Blanks notebooks. It has a little pocket in the back here, which I can't really show you too easily right now, but yes. And they give a little information in the back about the book that inspired the notebook. And I haven't started using it yet, but saving it for something special. I've never regretted getting Paper Blanks notebooks, so always recommend those. And then I picked up this one kind of on a whim. This is I don't know, just a notebook with a pretty cover that I'm going to be using for my personal writing, creative writing that I'll be working on this year. So already started filling that one out. Yeah, that was kind of my bookish Christmas. Let me know how yours was, and sorry for this finicky, or less than finicky camera work. It's I'm gonna have to practice with this a bit more, but thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.